My name is Paula Ramirez, and I'm from the Bronx, and my family's from Puerto Rico.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm a New Yorker. Yeah, I like that you said right now today, because I was gonna name like if I had to put it on a scale for the majority of my time, of course, like I feel connected to my ancestors. I feel connected to like my guardians who I know are watching over me. But some days I feel their presence stronger, and other days it's harder. So I think that today, um, I feel deeply connected to them. We're in conversation, we're dreaming, we're also like being a little critical. I'm like, oh, well, you shouldn't be so critical of yourself. But the older I get, the more I'm like, oh, actually, I'm critical of myself because that's how my ancestors are. Like that is my people. That's where my ambition carves itself from. It is this critique that isn't always negative. Like it's mostly helpful, you know? It's my own pride that sometimes makes me feel like, oh, I'm being hard on myself. But really, the days where I feel most like locked in with my ancestors are the days where I'm able to identify, like, oh, this is how I can feel better. This is how I can do better. This is how I can be better. Um, and maybe some people don't call that critique. No, that's not true. It's not harder for me to write. I think that in the beginning of my relationship to poetry, I wrote very much for a product. I also wrote for my own survival. Um, and while, of course, I'm still fighting to survive, I am not writing for my survival. Like, I'm not creating art out of the pain in a certain way. I feel like I've evolved my methods of how to curate. So, with that all being said, I haven't written poetry that I felt like was good enough to share for a long time, but I am friends with like very, very great poets and great writers and rappers. Anyway, yeah, I just I wrote a fucking rap because my friends are rappers, and my homie wrote a rap and he put some shit in it. He was talking about like the younger trill rappers of the generation, and he was just like, referring to them as sprites. And then he was talking about like this is the Shady Cypher beat, iconic for our generation. And Sprite used to sponsor that on 106 in Park or BET. One of them shows like Sprite sponsored that. I don't know if you remember, niggas was rapping, they had the Sprite logo. So he called them Sprites, and I was cracking up. I thought it was so clever. So then I wrote this shit, calling them Sprites out of spite. I've been gone, but I'm never out of sight. You ain't never really been about that life. You ain't never had to fight for control, for your soul, for the love, for your life, for the war with the people and the guns and the strife. Uh, Frankie sent me the shady scythe. Now I'm up in clouds kicking beats. Fife, dog, hitting shit raw. Clawing at your spirit, got you bleeding with the saw. It's Big P, you see the writing on the wall. Acting like you never seen a ghost before. What? You know I never been polite. I never been the type chase a nigga. Only light follows me into the depths of the throngs. I've been telling y'all not for way too long. Never trust a sparrow if it doesn't know its song, and keep your fire burning like that bush in the song. What? And shout out to my family where it's breeze in its palm. Bitch. Yeah. I always wanted to be a rapper, so it felt nice to do that.
I'm the ad lib.
Baby Sprite, that's me, Baby P. Sabrina calls me baby because I'm just a little wee gal trying to figure out my life, trying not to fight for the strife. Instead, I'm trying to live in the light, get some sun on my bum and drink, clink with my girlfriends on a beach. Life's a beach when you know how to reach your goals, your heart, your dreams, your soul. You bitches really out of control. You can't delegate to a real boss, bitch. You looking lost, bitch. Go dress like a witch for Halloween. You don't know where you're going. You look like a ghoul. Scream, Freddy, Friday, Jason. You niggas ain't chasing nothing, especially not me. The way I started this rap is big little P. and Chunky coming at that neck like a bitch on my sleeve. What? Mwah.